Joining me now, Washington Representative Denny Heck. He's a member of the House Intelligence Committee, a good friend to us. Congressman, thank you for joining me again here on a Sunday. Can you, sir, confirm this poll has been circulating amid your party? Have you seen it? And what I've just reported there, if you have not, is this surprising?
So, no, Alex, I haven't seen it. In fact, just now is the first I've heard of it.
Okay.
But look, I'd make the following observation about much of which is being talked about right now regarding both, not just AOC, but all four of the members that are often written about. I happen to serve on the Financial Services Committee in addition to Intel. And on financial services is not only AOC, but also Ayanna Pressley and Rashida Tlaib. And let me say this about them. They're not just smart, they're very smart. And they're committed and they're serious and they care about this country and its future. And the truth of the matter is, however, as much as we want to talk about all of this on Sunday morning and some political reporters write about it, the truth of the matter is it's not where the average rank-and-file member of the House lives or works. I'll tell you what I spent most of my last week doing, which was working really, really hard to get the Export-Import Bank reauthorized because it creates really good-paying jobs, and to get prepared for next week's vote on the reauthorization of the Intelligence Authorization Act to help keep America safe. That's where the average rank-and-file member lives, the work, the day-to-day work of being a member of the House, not these water-cooler conversations, frankly.
And we thank you for doing that kind of work, for sure. But regarding this poll, it shows that socialism was viewed unfavorably by 69% of voters out there. The news organization says, quote, these Democrats are sounding the alarm that swing voters know and dislike socialism, warning it could cost them the House and the presidency. Do you agree? Do you think it's being used as a sort of a warning?
So what I think is that there is a bell-shaped curve of points of view reflected in the 435 districts throughout America. No two are exactly alike. And I presume that any member who gets elected to the United States House of Representatives is a reflection of the point of view of that district, and there are lots of points of view throughout this country. The particular district that I have the privilege to represent, the 10th Congressional District of Washington State, actually believes in a market-based economy with good government rails and side rails on what can be allowed to happen, and an assurance of a decent social safety net to make sure that the hard edges of capitalism don't cause anybody to pay too great a price. That's what I think is the case throughout this country, which is, in fact, wonderfully diverse.
Yeah. This poll that we're talking about was taken before House Speaker Pelosi's back and forth with the AOC and the members of the squad, the three of whom you work with there on the Financial Services Committee. And it was about Pelosi first publicizing and criticizing the lawmakers over their votes in the border package. AOC responded then by accusing the speaker of explicitly, quote, singling out newly elected women of color. She then backtracked, telling CNN that Pelosi's absolutely not racist. But what do you make of all this? I guess the question is there a clear divide here in the party? I mean, what is your message to your colleagues on either side of these issues?
So the most enduring wisdom in American politics was often quoted or originally coined by that great satirist, humorist, and philosopher Will Rogers, who said, I'm not a member of any organized political party, I'm a Democrat. We're a big tent party, and there are lots of points of views in it. But let's talk about the border for a minute, Alex, because I'm going to go out on a limb, and I tend to, frankly, not want to talk in hyperbole or exaggerated terms, but I'm going to say it now. If Democrats avoid forming a circular firing squad, and again, we're perfectly capable of it, if we avoid it, and I think we will, Donald Trump will be defeated in November of 2020 on the basis of how he has treated children in those detention camps along our border. He will be defeated over this. This not just rubs against the moral grain of America, it violently rubs against the moral grain of America, because Americans believe that children deserve a roof and a pillow and a blanket and a bar of soap and clean water and toothpaste and a toothbrush. And to the degree that they are being treated the way they are, he will pay the price a year from November.
I got to tell you, pretty unanimously, folks I've talked to have said the exact same thing that you're saying right now, and they're saying that avoiding the circular firing squad is the only way to beat him. But if they do, that they will. I've heard it time and time again, so that backs up what you've just said. Last question here very quickly. I know with regard to former special counsel Robert Mueller's upcoming testimony before your committee as well as Judiciary, it's hearing that's been pushed back a week now to July 24th. Why? What was behind that?
That's nothing burger, Alex. The truth of the matter is they were just working out the amount of time that we'd be provided to each committee. Here's what happened. Director Mueller agreed to 2 hours for both committees. 2 hours for the Intelligence Committee, because it's smaller, enabled each member of the committee our usual and customary practice of being able to ask 5 minutes worth of questions. But because Judiciary Committee is larger, it did not provide them that opportunity. When it was finally agreed to that they would each be provided that opportunity on Judiciary Committee, it required a longer hearing and therefore a slight rescheduling of it. The fact that it was pushed a week is a nothing burger.
Okay, well, it's never a nothing burger when talking to you, no matter what the subject. My friend Danny Heck, thank you so much. Have a good one.